think's going to have the bigger game?
I'm going to say Josh Allen, and it's because I really believe that this feels like a must-win for the Buffalo Bills. I don't think that home field advantage is going to have more of a beneficial impact on anybody in the AFC outside of Buffalo. That crowd and that fan base is so rabid right now to host the AFC Championship game and to have their team go to the Super Bowl. That quarterback and his ability to throw in awful weather is such an advantage, and they know it, and everybody else in the league knows it. You cannot lose this game. You can't lose to a division opponent on the road in Miami and then go on the road versus another AFC team who's going to be in the playoffs and lose and fall behind essentially 0-2 when it comes to that mark. I believe that this feels like a must-win for the Buffalo Bills. That, and also, Stephen A., the fact that, you know, there's a little bit of a dent in the armor, I guess, coming off of that Miami game. This is the darling, the Super Bowl favorite. They're dominating everybody. And now there's a little bit of, can they win the close game conversation? 0-7 in their last single-score games when it comes to a loss, I believe. The injuries. Can this team overcome some of the injuries that so many champions in many ways have to? This Baltimore Ravens secondary this year is giving up 350 yards a game. 350 yards a game. That's coming off of last year when they gave up 280. I'm shocked how poorly they're playing. That means basically an average quarterback throws for like 290 against this defense right now. Josh Allen should sniff 400. That's my expectation of what Josh should do versus this secondary that for some reason is struggling to play and communicate. The Bills cannot fall to 2-2. They cannot fall to 0-2 and with a loss to Baltimore and Miami. Josh Allen is in many ways, in a good way, a maniac. This dude is as competitive as we know Tom Brady to be, as we know a guy like Lamar Jackson to be. Josh got to have his best game of the season. I expect that he will, and Buffalo needs to win this game.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if Buffalo ended up winning this game despite Lamar Jackson having a bigger game statistically than Josh Allen. I think because I expect him to run the football effectively and whatever. They could turn the ball over. There are a myriad array of ways that you could end up losing this game, even with Lamar Jackson playing lights out. And I get everything you're saying. I'm co-signing on everything that you're saying about Buffalo and what they bring to the table, with the exception of one thing. I don't believe this is as much of a must-win game as you proclaim. I think that Buffalo is lethal enough that once they get their ducks in order, they can go on a prolific run.
I want to say something about Ken Dorsey. Just throwing things around, like a total tantrum on camera. A frustrating, long, hot day in Miami boiled over. Ken Dorsey was on Zoom yesterday, the OC of Buffalo, about this subject.
Reacted that way, and obviously that's something that I'm definitely going to learn from.
Let me just say something about this to Ken Dorsey. I have zero problems with his reaction.
Me too.
None.
Yep. None.
Zero. The only thing, if you want to learn from it, is take a breath, cover the camera, and then trash the place.
And then go crazy. Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
I loved it.
Me too.
I had no problem. He's right. It was a playoff atmosphere. I just wondered for Ken Dorsey, too, being back in Miami, maybe it means something a little bit, too. You
100%.
know? So I have no problems. Man. I don't have a single issue with it. None.
I've had that reaction sitting in my living room, and I had nothing to do with it.
Maybe he's a little embarrassed that it went viral and whatnot, but like, whatever. Yeah. He just got probably a whole new fan base because of it.
It's going to be a meme for a long time.
I legit haven't heard anybody say anything bad about it. It was just funny.
No. But
with MyBookie, you can bet single game spreads or money lines, or you can parlay multiple to increase your payout. Getting started is very easy. Just go to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code TABLES on your first deposit to secure your double deposit bonus. Dollar for dollar, all the way up to $1,000. Link is in the description. Check it out.
Yeah, Vaughn, looking ahead to some preparation for the Ravens. Is Isaiah McKenzie playing scout team quarterback, and you guys just running sideline to sideline to prepare for Lamar?
No, we got Tavon Austin, trying to do his best, impression of Lamar Jackson. But honestly, it's nobody like Lamar. It's nobody that we can put back there. It's only one Lamar Jackson, just like it's only one Josh Allen. That's just how it is. And all the things that he's going through, from his contract and being able to put that out the way, hats off to Lamar Jackson, bro. He definitely has to be the highest paid. It's his turn. That's just how the league goes.
Sorry
When it was Patrick Mahomes' turn, he got paid. When it was Josh Allen's turn, he got paid. They put grass on the turf fields for these guys to play on. And, of course, owners can come up with all type of research saying that grass is just, as supportive as, as field turf is just the same as grass. But we can obviously come up with our studies, too, that say grass is safer for guys to play on. And, honestly, we are the ones that's playing on it. And our feedback is this is a better surface. It feels better, especially after games. Like, your body's not aching, ankles are not aching. I think it's time for every field to be grass. And it was surprising to me that SoFi Stadium, which is the best stadium, and honestly might be the best stadium in all of sports, wasn't a grass field. Like that's shocking to me. Like this stadium is, I think it's $6 billion. Like something outrageous. Like it's time for every single field to be grass.
Ankles, feet, all of that stuff, knees, obviously, like just practicing on it. Just when your cleats stick in the ground, you cut so hard and it doesn't chunk up. Like that's why I think people get injured on field turf when your cleats stick in that turf and they don't. Normally, if you get hit on that leg, the grass is going to give and you're going to fall out. Now your cleats are stuck. It's just kind of twisting. Boom. Yeah, like I think my ankles, especially and knees, yeah, it's brutal. And all the big guys all wanted to practice on grass every day.
Buffalo is, of course, they're going to be favored in all their games, right? They're favored here. On the road, who wins, Key?
Well, the money line says Buffalo minus 165 and Baltimore plus 140. The over-under is 51. The Ravens have a 54% chance to win. This is a third meeting between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Remember, both of these guys were selected in the 2018 draft. One guy went 7th overall. The other guy almost slipped to the second round, and he went 32nd, which is Lamar Jackson. This is an interesting situation because we talk about the offensive explosion that the Buffalo Bills have, but don't sleep on that explosion from the Ravens. Don't do that. And with the secondary being banged up in Buffalo, I'm taking the Ravens. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, by the way, Lamar almost had to go play in the CFL. What do you think? He's lucky to get
CFL Arena League
in the first round. Switch to receivers. What happened to Warren Moon? Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I know that secondary's banged up. I know Lamar is playing at a very, very high level. But I also know that I feel like the Bills are coming off a game against Miami where they gave it away. And I feel like Josh Allen had some plays where if he could have gone back in time, he would have been a different version of himself. So I think we're going to see a different version of this team. And I think that we're going to also see them make some tweaks to their defense to kind of shore things up. I think the Bills get this win on the road.
But I'm going to ride with Lamar because if he is playing against a banged-up secondary, he's going to light them up. I think